Hi there, everybody. This is Wendy Richardson. I am a realtor with Better Homes and Gardens Gary Green, and this is my 18th year in real estate. I'm continuing on now with our listing presentation to help the sellers understand the value of their home, how we market the home. So I'm going to pick up where we left off. We had just completed our comparative market analysis, and they really got to see what's going on in their neighborhood and what's happening in the market in general. So now we're going to talk about our pricing strategies, compensation, and how that works. And we're also going to review how they get their money. What is the seller net sheet, which is what they really want to know is how much money do I get in my pocket? So let's start with the pricing strategies. And I have 3 strategies that I share. And it really is dependent on what the seller wants to do. Remember what I said, sellers, it really is about listening to their wants and needs because we work for them. That is our goal. So the first one is if they want to just sell as is. We've gone through the home. If they don't want to do any upgrading, no replacing of carpets, no decluttering, no painting, no new roof, no anything. They just want this home sold the quickest that we can for the most money that we can get. I had one client, they didn't even want to pick up the cigarette butts off the floor. Real story. And I have to listen to that. And we sold that property in record time with multiple offers because we had a different market for that property. So that's my first range is as is. And we're going to give them a range based on our CMA, and we're going to go towards those lower numbers, and that's what we'll do our net sheet on. The second one is, let's say they say, yeah, we want to declutter, we want to do a deep clean, we're going to do a whole home paint, and I know that we need to replace our roof. So that is one thing that we want to do. That's going to be our middle range. That one's going to give us a different lower and a higher range for them to choose from. And then the last one is they say, we know kitchen and baths really make a high return of our investment. We're going to put in a brand new ensuite in the master bath, and we're going to put in a new kitchen. That's going to garner more money for them. So once we kind of determine our ranges and we talk about some price points there, then I can talk about compensation and how that works. And we do that with looking at the listing agreement. So I explain what happened with the National Association of Realtors actual settlement agreement so that they know their options for compensation to the listing broker. And each broker will have their own policies for that. And also what they are willing and able or want to offer on the buyer broker side, understanding about the buyer representation agreement as well. And then you really just want to listen, give them your best advice, and it really is up to them how they want to do that. And remember, that's all negotiable. And then the seller's net sheet. There's a lot of programs even consumers have access to. I use an app called PowerSnap, and it's very, very accurate. That's with our Texas American Title Company. And that way I can show them, depending on where they want a price point, that is kind of what we could expect after we pay compensation and all closing costs. So that is what I do to help them with those determinations. In my next video, we're going to talk about our marketing strategies and my smart launch 14 days on market, first 14 days. Stay tuned.